Hi, my name is Paul, and today we're working on my 2007 Pontiac Solstice. We're going to change the starter. Now, when you think about making a video, you want to know how hard it's going to do the work. So I started on the starter myself. So right now I'm going to discuss the tools you're going to need in order to make this happen. You're going to need about 18 inches of extension, some duct tape, a 15mm deep weld, a 1/4-inch ratchet, 8mm socket, 10mm socket. You're going to need 2 sides of 3/8 ratchets. This worked very well when it came to time to take out the lower bolt on the starter. And you're going to need a pry bar, and you're going to need a small screwdriver, 13mm box wrench, and a 1/4-inch driver to remove the screws for the wheel well. Here's how I prep for the work. So of course you have to remove the lead to the starter, to the battery, the red cable. And then you can come over on this side and remove the wheel well, which only took about 8 screws total to remove it. This makes it easier for you to get inside and work on the area where the starter is from the top. Now it says you have to remove the air intake on the driver's side. Here's the air intake holes on the driver's side. This is probably the second hardest part to get off. This area right here connects to the side of the engine right here. You can loosen this bracket up here and loosen this bracket up there, but you can't pull it off. That doesn't work, because what will happen is it won't be enough space to separate it. So you go to the end by the front bumper, and you can loosen the brackets on this end, take your screwdriver, stick it in the holes to separate it a little bit because it's going to get stuck. And then you take the pry bar, here's the area right here. Here's the area where the front end of the hose is connected. And then you take the pry bar, you set it in here, and you connect to the bracket right here and push that up to wiggle your hose, this whole intake, off the front, and then you'll be able to remove it from the back. You got some screws and some devices that you have to loosen up for that, but that wasn't a major problem. The hardest part is disconnecting that right there. And I recommend when you get ready to put it back together, put a little grease around the edges. It'll allow the rubbers to slide back together. It won't cause a big heartache. So let's take a look at the starter. Okay. This is the starter. It's not very big. It's in a compact spot in the car. So to get ready to get the starter out, you want to remove this line right here because it'll be in your way. We're going to look in that area in just a second. That'll be my next video. And if you can't get that off, what I did was I just went ahead and cut it off, and I'll replace that wire so I can assemble the battery, this right here, while sitting on the floor up under the car. Will make your job a whole lot easier. You have 2 bolts to hold the starter in place. This is the one closest to the engine, and this is the one closest to the driver's side. You'll be able to get this bolt out with the use of that ratchet right there and the deep weld 15mm, which will be able to move the handle to give you more to work with. Now on the other side, you're going to have to use your swivel and extension from this area right here as you're standing there. That's one of the reasons why you move the wheel well, so you can actually get down in there and work over the top. You can actually, it's kind of tilted. You'll be able to slightly see that bolt. You can see the bolt standing out from outside the car if you get some good light in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to run your swivel around the face of the starter to get it like that. And you're going to work almost at a 45-degree angle in order to break that bolt out of there. So I hope that helps. My next video, I'm going to try to take pictures of what it's like to be on the inside of the car and work in that area. Stand by.